you think is the worst case scenario that's going to happen? What do you think that is the, uh, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that people are going to laugh at you? Or do you think that people are going to look at you and say, well done? Or do you think that, I don't know, whatever comes to your mind? And then the more you acknowledge what is happening, the more you realize that, something, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day what people say. At least I've tried it, I've done it, and I moved on. I
Right.
learned from that. So
No, you're definitely right. Having a coach, mentor, somebody you can look up, somebody you can just talk to, and somebody who can, guide you and help you to answer questions which has been sort of being stuck in your mind, it's very is much needed. Unfortunately, a lot of people get trapped in and sometimes listen to either bad advice or listen to advice that you can't do this or you can't do this. Why are you doing this? Who told you to do this? You're wasting money. And it all boils down to different things. Sometimes there's there's pressure from family. It could be anyone who just sort of maybe wants to bring the person down or is jealous. Sometimes also I find that when somebody wants to do something and sometimes they're told that they can't do it, it could be also because the other person could be jealous, could be does not want the person to succeed, and they get this thoughts in their head that they're either not good enough, but it all stems from different things as well, like jealousy. What do you think of that? Do you sort of agree or
yeah, I do. And the reason I agree is usually people, when they are jealous, they are jealous not of uh, the fact that that person is successful. They are jealous that they haven't tried it and somebody else has tried it. So they are jealous on their success, but because they haven't, they are not able to go to that step. I mean, if you look, all the people they've been like really successful, at some point, somebody, like, and usually it's like close friends or family, they told like, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing this for? Why you have enough of this? Why do you need more? Why do you do this? Oh no, you're not good enough. You
right?
stay in your place because it's safe. And usually your mom or dad or your close people next to you, they're gonna like, no, don't do that. You're gonna lose your house. You're gonna lose your family. You're gonna lose this, because they're like, they want to keep you in that bubble. They want to keep you safe. So they don't do it for the wrong reasons, but sometimes they do. Like, they're jealous because, look, I wish I could have been so bold at this person. I wish I could have done this. And instead of being supportive, their subconscious might say, no, don't do it. So it just drags that person back into their normality, into their safety net, if you want to put it this way. So when you get somebody who's jealous, you need to ask yourself, why is that person jealous?
Yes.
Reason.
101% is safety. This is one thing you and I learned in Richie's call as well, is that people are happy with being safe. Anything beyond what they do, they don't want to get into it because of different reasons. Jealousy is one of them. Not going outside their comfort zone, being fearful. Uh, they 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 are happy with just being enough, and that's one of the biggest problems. They keep complaining that I don't have this, I don't have that. I mean, if you go on Facebook, social media sites, out of the comments, 80% of the comments which you see here, if you just click on it, I just hate the stupid comments, hateful comments, jealous comments. And if you go on some proper groups where you have more professional people on that, the comments, the trajectory of those comments is totally different.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, there's just some people who just spend more time making comments on stuff, but not acting on it. And then, like I said, they get jealous or they try to hold their
Frustration.
friends back on what they might want to do. you know. So it's going to be like the company you keep, the people you hang out with as well, you know.
Yeah, well, it's the frustration that kicks in usually. That's where the jealousy comes from because people are getting frustrated, and they're looking at somebody else and like, what is this guy doing, or what is this lady doing? I'm not trying to generalize it, but it's social media. It's great. I love social media because you can see people, because people are behind the screen, they actually show the true colors because they oh, you can't touch me, or I can say whatever
101%.
I want, or they're just that it's a safety net for them, so they express themselves faster. If you put that person to be in the same room with the person they were talking about, you will be surprised how many of them they actually gonna open up and say, "Yeah, you're rubbish, mate. You don't know what you're doing," or that you see that thing you said the other day, nonsense. They're not gonna say that because they're afraid of confrontation. It's a human nature. I mean, it's like it's one of those things. And just give another example. We both prepared for tonight's call, and we say, I hope something doesn't go wrong, or I hope that the connection is going to be okay, or nobody's going to ring me, or nobody's coming behind me. And you get distracted easily. You can see your dog just going up and down, up and down, and I was like,
I just saw him in the back.
yeah.
Yeah.
So but you think like, oh man, what's that dog doing there? And like, go away, leave me alone, I can't concentrate. So you see your mind just goes like crazy. Like, what if he's gonna do something? He's gonna jump on the desk, or so the fear, you see, speaking of fear, that's where the fear kicks in. Like, what am I gonna do? Because it's something unexpected. It's not something you were planning. So and then you're gonna turn around after this call is gonna finish, like, why did you leave the door open? It's just one of those things. But the more you you don't care, but not in a negative way. You don't care what people think, and you don't care what goes around you, and you actually embrace the surroundings and make
Right.
the most of it, and make the like use it for your own good. You're gonna be surprised how, like, just you don't care. It's that feeling of you're like, just, yeah, it's me, it's who I am.
Yeah,
And
no, you're right. I learned that the hard way. I learned that the hard way by trying to be perfect on camera, having the right settings, virtual background. Oh my God, it's almost like a fake background. Just do your thing. It's
yeah,
okay. You might say a few words which might not be what you wanted. I was used to consistently edit my videos just to make it perfect. The light was this, the light was that. Now it's different. I mean, so that's where one of the fears comes in, that you want to make everything perfect, but you spend a lot of time also trying to do that, and that takes away from being productive as well. So
exactly.
you want to just get out there, do your thing, and just sort of make it happen, man. And,
Yeah.
and
Well,
that's it.
yeah. Speaking of time in productive, being productive, we we have like today's topic on Clubhouse. Myself and a few of my friends, we have like doing a Clubhouse session every Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. on Eastern time. And today's topic was about productivity and being busy. And we discussed about how people say, look at you, they're like, oh, you're so busy and you do so many things. But it's one different to do many things and be busy, and it's totally different from you actually being productive. Use your time properly, and you'll be surprised how many people they're wasting their time by being busy but not really productive because they are not focused.
Like going to the gym. Going
Yeah.
to the gym, pretending, honey, I'm off to the gym to do whatever I gotta do, spend an hour and a half there, and the wife thinks that this guy's building muscles. Only the guys just to sit down there. Same thing with Richie's call, losing weight. I want to lose 10 pounds. Great. Start with one. You can do so many simple things at home, even in this pandemic.
Yes.
So I mean, just doing sit-ups, push-ups, just whatever it is, just to break the ice. So gyms are great, but I mean, a lot of people spend time just talking about going to the gym, but sometimes not doing it. So it boils down to productivity, wasting time. And in today's day and age, I think as you keep on doing what you got to do, you got to shorten your time and get things out of the way quicker,
Yeah,
and focus more on what need to do to advance to whatever you're doing basically. So yeah, I mean it's a learning curve for for a lot of people. So
yeah.
that's why coaching is important. And it just depends. Some people need a hand all the way, but coaching does help in many ways basically.
Without a doubt.
uh
Self look at the self development is the best thing. The more you invest in yourself, the better you're gonna get, because that's the the one thing that you can't lose. You can't go wrong. Anything, even if you read like a bad book, you still learn something from it. Or if you choose to have the wrong coach for whatever reason, you still learn something from it, because you learn that that's not your thing, so you need to go somewhere else. Like for instance, I've been into so many courses, and I work with Bob Proctor in Thinking to Results program, and I watch like Tony Robbins and so on. But and I had so many other things. But then I came across again to Grant Cardone and his ways of thinking and doing stuff. And within a few months, I just became one of the licensees. It was just like that, just because I connected. I tried
right.
different things, didn't work out for me, and I managed to go into a different path. And I was like, within 2 seconds, I came from Grant Cardone, licensee, and now Richie Dolan, master coach, and just they get connected, because the minute you find your calling, you find your niche, you find exactly what triggers you, what makes you exciting when you do something. You
Right.
just go for it, and they're all getting connected. I mean, look, we connected by that niche. We just
Exactly. The same way you and I connected was to Richie's Corals, and you and I are both on the master program. So yeah, I mean, it definitely helps a lot. I mean, even movie stars, when they're preparing for a role for an upcoming movie, or they have a routine, uh, all of them have coaches who push them to the limit to achieve whatever they do, even at this stage. That doesn't mean that they may have achieved the fame and they have the money. It's not always just about having a lot of money in the bank account. It's just about following routines and sticking to your goals. So even they have coaches to push them to their boundaries to make sure that they need to do whatever they got to do to achieve. So if they need to lose weight for the upcoming role in the movie, then they got to lose that 10 pounds. Or maybe for that movie, they need to have an 8 pack instead of a 4. Then they got to show it for the particular scene in that movie as well. So
yeah.
yeah, everybody needs a coach to a certain point, depending on whatever they're looking to fulfill as well. And it's one of those things, it's not like a one-time thing. You got to consistently be on it, and can't say, oh, I did this once and then, like for Richard Dolan's, like how we go, we're consistently on it, because as much as we coach, we also need to be coached as well. So we have a mentor for us, and we become a mentor for other people as well.
Without a doubt. Well, literally, having a coach in with both in the same industry, and although you're doing finance, I'm doing real estate and investment on the other side. The If you don't have the right structure, and
Yeah,
if you don't know exactly where you're heading, you're gonna go sideways all the time.
of
So the
course.
minute you have a coach or a mentor next to you, you're gonna get the clarity, you're gonna get the structure, you're gonna get the accountability partner next to you, and you're gonna be successful. So I always ask everyone, join these calls, go into on that challenge, push yourself more, find exactly what you're good at, because I know lots of people say, "Oh, don't use words like if you love what you do, if you love what you do, it's not work anymore." But
Right.
it's true to a certain extent, because you dedicate your full energy into that particular thing. And I mean, with the business I started when I joined one of the real estate in UK 5 years ago, everybody was like, "Who's that? What's that name?" Nobody knew it. But my way of believing in that product and having the structure in place and having the vision where I want to go and what I want to achieve, it took us from zero to become the strongest in 5 years. So we change the industry. So it's the same way when you get a coach. If you want to have to become the best of what you are, and you want to find what you're the best at, sometimes you need that person to ask you questions.
Of course,
Because if you talk to
accountability,
yourself,
accountability. Exactly.
exactly. If
Exactly.
you talk to yourself, you're gonna talk yourself out of it. But if somebody else is asking a question, then you have to answer. So when you say it out loud, or when you say write it down, it's so important to write things down. By the way, the minute you write it down, it just comes out of your head. It's out, and you get more clarity. You're like, well, I just wrote that. Why did I read this? And you think it, and the more you think, and the more you put like great thought in your mind, the easier it's going to be for you to do it. And so yeah, having a coach and having a mentor,
Definitely.
100%,
Definitely.
it's something everybody should have.
Definitely. I think our next topic, we can maybe talk about accountability or something. For now, we have a few more minutes before our next call. So if for anybody out there who needs anything, just let us know. We will be scheduling more calls, and we'll be putting out those links right below where the video is. Other than that, from wherever you are, thank you very much. Chris, would you like to add anything before we end our call in the next minute?
No, I just want to say thank you very much, Mike, for asking me to join you today. And
Oh,
I'm
no, anytime. The pleasure of mine. I mean, definitely, we just want to do definitely more of this. And that's how we help each other and grow as well, you know.
great.
But from everybody else, thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks
Thank
again.
you. See you next time.
Take care, buddy.